Testing, testing. Can you hear me now, chat? Hello. Is that better? Testing, testing. This had to happen. Is it clear? I sound like a pilot? Yeah, I'm on a backup mic because this is, of course this would happen. It's clear-ish. I don't know why my main mic decided to go to trash. Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to sound like a pilot. I am a real VTuber now. Oh my god. Well, anyway, let me know if the music is too loud or if the mic is too quiet or anything of the sort, because as you can see, I did not have a test stream. Oh man, I got all the scenes and everything set up, but I didn't do any testing. It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, who needs tests? I don't need tests. Fuck tests. Tests are for losers. Tests are for professionals, chat. I'm just a hobbyist. But anyway, welcome to the Skeptical stream. The music is a little loud in my ear. So I'm gonna turn that down just a tad. There we go, just a little bit. It's a little loud for us. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down right about there, right about there. Anyway, with that out of the way, welcome one and all. So glad you could join me for this very special occasion. Now, normally. VTubers like to do this thing where they where we hover the model down from the top of the screen, right? And you show off the footsies, and then you show the legs, and then the crotch, and then you go up to the torso, and then you finally do a face reveal, right? That's like standard operating procedure. I consider that foreplay. And yeah, you know what? Screw that. We're gonna go for the main course right out of the gate. That's what we're gonna do, chat. We're gonna go in. Everything in general is a little loud. Oh. Turn that down. I'll turn the mic down too. Here we go. Is that better? Is that better? But what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna show you the whole model in a flash, just right up front, chat. I'm not going to bury the lead. So I'm sure you all know, I'm sure all of you know that I am indeed a furry. I know. It's such a badge, a scarlet letter on my honor, I'm sure. But I firmly believe that the VTubing sphere is infested and crawling with closeted furries, chat. I firmly believe that. That's why 90% of YouTubers are basically like humanoid versions of animals anyway. Or maybe that's just me coping, chat. I don't know, but that's my justification. But anyway, without further ado, let's show the model. Let's show that. I hope you're ready for this, chat. I don't know if how many of you have actually seen actual furry model VTubers that aren't memes, like the My Little Pony and that kind of stuff, models and that kind of stuff. I think you're gonna like it, chat. I think you're gonna like it. But there's only one way to know that for sure, and that's to show it. So I'm gonna start a drum roll, and we're gonna show this puppy off. All right, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah? Eh? Yeah, thank you, chat. Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I bow my head to you. I bow my head. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, look at this boy. Look at this adorable boy. Oh my gosh. I have to say, my artist knocked this boy absolutely out of the park. And I didn't notice. I didn't say artists, plural. I said artist because the artist who made this created this model from initial sketch all the way to what you see before you. Tell me that isn't just an incredible talent, right? Absolutely super talented. I had these ideas in my head. We're going to get into the little details in a moment, chat. Don't worry. I will show off every damn square millimeter of this thing in a bit. But I had this idea in my head of like a Fox airship steampunk pirate captain, right? That was the idea, and I had like a vague, fuzzy vision of it in my brain, rolling around in there. And I took that fuzzy vision, and with a short description and literally only a couple of reference pics, the artist named E. Wolfe came up with this beautiful, handsome boy you see before you. And holy crap, did she just reach into my brain and just put the best possible interpretation of it into reality. I'm so damn happy with how this thing turned out. It's so beautiful. But anyway, with that, now I'm gonna do the cringe VTuber thing and zoom in, starting. Oh, my head's gone. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Starting with the boots. And don't get distracted by my beautiful fluffy tail, chat. Don't get distracted. This is a fashion show, okay? I know you want to use my tail as a body pillow, but let's focus on the fashion, okay? So I want to zoom in really as close as I can actually get this thing right now, because if you zoom in close enough, and you'll never know this unless you actually zoom in, but if you look especially on the cuff, every material, like this is a leather material, every material has a unique texture pattern on it. Like, holy crap, that the level of detail is just astonishing, absolutely astonishing. But I got these beautiful yet functional, comfortable cuffed boots. You can see that. Look at that. These beautiful boots. 10 times the detail. Yeah, this is not as scuffed as the Fallout 76 launch, chat. I promise. This will not be that scuffed. I will not lie to you, chat. Oh man, it's weird because I'm using my backup mic because my Yeti just decided to break the last minute, and I keep leaning into my Yeti mic thinking that that's like what's actually receiving the audio. And it's actually my headset. It's just like a force of habit. Anyway, let's scroll up here. Pretty basic pants, but they're these. The idea is that like I'm former military, so I still have like military-esque garbs, but I'm a pirate because I mean, To be real, uh, almost all pirates actually were ex-military. Most pirates are like privateers and stuff. They're basically mercenaries who used to work in the military. A lot of whom were basically became pirates after the War of Spanish Succession. Why am I giving you a history lesson, chat? What am I doing? That's for later. That's for a later stream. But the idea was that these would be like military issue pants, and you have these buckles on each leg. So the buckle themselves would be attached to the pants, and then you would cinch the belt to the buckle to size the pant to fit the leg. That way you could create one size pant like a military would, and then the user would just cinch up on the belts to make the pants fit them. That's pretty clever, right? That's a clever idea. I think that's a clever idea. I don't know if that's a real idea or not, but I came up with it. Look, then I'm going to go over here and check out. I gotta try to stay still. So I can bounce a lot. But she added these little flares, buttons, and patterns to the coat. And again, this has its own unique texture to it. Just a beautiful. Oh, what's that? What's that? Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I lost my arm in the war chat. I'm disabled. I'm disabled, so that I get to complain to HR about people now. Oh man! But look at this thing. Look closely, chat. The gears. Look at the gears. The gears actually move. I didn't even ask for that. And yet she just did it. Where's the steam? There's the steam. Ideally, you're not just ejecting steam. Ideally, you're in a closed circuit, chat. Ideally, you're not losing hydraulics like that. Plus, I didn't want to make my artist have to do particle effects. But yeah, and it's just a really cool little detail that she added on there. Let's move over here. The pocket watch. Look at this cool pocket watch. There's a lot of cool things on the screen right now, chat. But let's focus on the pocket watch. This was actually the very first thing that I gave my artist as a reference. She created this cool. It's not complicated, but the idea, chat, is that I will admit first that I don't know what my lore is. I did not come up with lore. Yeah, the chain dangles. It totally dangles. How cool is that? But I did not. I did not come up with any lore, chat. I didn't. But the idea is that I would plant a bunch of interesting elements into the outfit that would eventually weave themselves into a tale that would be my lore. By tale, I mean T-A-L-E, not T-A-I-L. I know I'm a furry, chat, but come on. Have good grammar. And the pocket watch was one of them. So the pocket watch is like an item that's going to be integrated into the lore story. So is the arm, obviously, the mechanical arm. Like how'd I go from this over here? How'd I go from that to that? I just realized it looks like I'm actually like bouncing up. Yeah, so that's going to be a part of the lore eventually. And then over here, look at my beautiful cutlass, and it's attached to the bandolier belt that goes across the chest. So when I rotate, it's kind of, there we go. When I rotate, it moves with the bandolier. Kinda. I know that one was a little bit tricky for the artist. I think it was a fine job though. But yeah, it's just a classic cutlass blade. Going down there, and then let's move up to this bandolier belt. So you'll notice the bandolier belt has all of these. They're like potions, trinkets, and stuff. And the idea was that I wanted everything, or almost everything, on the outfit to be functional, to be not just interesting but functional. And so I was thinking, like, man, an airship has to present all kinds of unique problems that can arise, as opposed to a ship in the sea, right? There's things like oxygen deprivation, air sickness, There's things like, well, what's keeping the ship afloat, right? Because when you're a ship in the water, well, the water kind of helps you out. But when you're in the sky, there ain't nothing to help you out when it comes to keeping the ship upright. So it's like, okay, well, you'd have to have like ballast tanks all around the ship, and you'd have to have some kind of like fantastical super lighter than air gas that fills the tanks and distributes itself in the tanks to keep the ship upright, correct? And I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, what if you're in battle and something hits one of those tanks and the gas starts leaking and it's like poisonous? I was like, okay, well, you're going to have like something that can, counteract that poison effect. So there's all these ailments. And so I told my artist, I was like, could you like equip the belt with a bunch of different colored like potions and trinkets to like counteract, basically there to counteract a bunch of different ailments that could happen to you while you're aboard an airship. And this is the final result of that. So they're all different colors so that it's clear, like, the user knows which one to use when they know what ailment they're suffering. How cool is that? How cool is that? Again, interesting and functional. And you can see here, there's a couple more things before I get to the face. First is the goggles. So if you're up, and you're exposed to the elements up on the deck of an airship, a mile up in the air, you're going to want to protect your eyes. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And you'll notice that the lens, I guess your left, my right, has a crack in it. How did that get there? I don't know. Again, a little item I added. I had the artist add just to weave into the lore at some point. And then finally, over here on the lapel, let me turn over here so you get a good look at it. There's this 7 hatch mark. What is that? I don't know what that is either. Originally the artist covered this lapel in like a gear pattern, and it looked really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looked really cool. But again, I want the outfit to be functional, and it was a little bit too busy. So that's when I came up with the idea randomly. Maybe I was playing like Arkham Knight or something like that, and I saw like Zaz, who's like covered head to toe in these hatch marks. But either way, I was like, lucky 7 hatch marks. What did they mean? I don't know, but the lore will eventually solve that mystery. Oh, look! I ducked down there. Well, I guess that's it. Actually, we can go ahead and move on to the face. Let's do that. So, all right. So get ready for a face full of furry, chat. Brace yourselves. I promise it won't hurt too much. Okay, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at them baby blue eyes. Look at that. Yeah. Oh man. So the coolest thing, my eyes freaking out. It's because I'm looking off to the side, chat. I'm looking at my side monitor. The coolest thing about this head model is that the ears actually respond to the facial expression. So right now I'm kind of smiling, or I'm like more of a kind of a neutral face. But when I kind of frown, you kind of saw it there. When I frown, and maybe I'm more stern. I am very disappointed in you, chat. The ears go down when the ears go down. I am not amused. I just thought that was really cool. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing. The artist just did that. I also love the bouncy little cheek tufts as well. Those are fun. So when I move around, the little pointy cheek tufts, they kind of bounce around too, which I really like. But yeah. Oh, one more thing. I'm not going away, Chad. I promise. I'm right here. One more thing. Hat. Let me move it up. Actually, this a little bit. Actually, let me move it up right about there. Yeah. So this was like the one item where I told the artist just go wild with the aesthetic, with the steampunk aesthetic. So she you know, she did the typical gears, but she also added a few interesting, fun little patterns and cool things to it. Really made the hat a unique piece. And what I also love about the hat is that when I put the hat on, my ears fold down. So like, no hat, ears up, hat, ears down. It almost looks like the hat's like a little too big for him. Like it doesn't fit on his head because of the ears, so the ears are like forced to go down. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's adorable. Like the ears down really is like, look at this cute boy. Don't you just want to boop the snoot? Oh man. Okay. Let me zoom back out. Zoom out. Zoom out. I have more. Chat. I have more. I has more. Right? There. So we'll start with the full body because this first one involves like the whole span of the body. I could do this. Boop. 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 I can move the tail up and down, which I love. Oh man. Boop boop. The rest of it, I'm going to zoom in again because the rest of it is more upper half. So let me zoom in right about there. That's good. Right about there. Right there. So I can toggle the goggles on and off. You know, just you know, if he's not on deck, you know, and he's just chilling, eating dinner or something like that, he's not going to have the goggles on him, right? If he's eating dinner, he's not going to have the belt and cutlass on him either, because it's not like he's in combat, so we can go ahead and take those off as well. A little bit more casual. Take the hat off. Yeah, now he's just kind of chilling. Yeah, he's just kind of chilling. A little bit more cozy this way. I'll turn those back on. I can also, I can manually put the ears down without the hat. I do not approve. I can fold my arms. What? What did you just say? I could salute. I wanted to do like a little bit more of a lighthearted salute, so I kind of went with like a scout salute, which is a like the two-finger salute. See there? Instead of like the full military salute, because I'm not in the military anymore. I'm a pirate now. Damn it. I could also kind of casually brandish the cutlass on my shoulder, like that. He's kind of like, yeah. You want to try something, bro? Bro, that's in character. I don't know if you want to try that. Also, if I zoom in here, you'll notice some of the gears on the underside of the forearm. If I move around, you see the gears? The gears move there too. A little more subtle on this side, but still, they still move. Again, didn't ask for any of that, chat. The artist just did that. It's freaking cool. Right about there. Let me put the sword. Let me put the cutlass back. I can wave. Hello. Hi. Hello. I can, and also, I could be a good gamer boy. The cool thing about this actually is that it's a PS5 controller, and when I'm playing on console, it'll do this, what you see here, where it's just on a set pattern of button presses. But if I'm playing with a controller on a PC game, like if I'm using the controller to play like GTA 5 or something on PC, the button presses IRL will get mimicked on the model. So the model will actually mimic exactly what I do in IRL with the controller. How cool is that? That is so freaking... I had no idea that that was like possible. Yet it is. You'll have to see that. I'll have to show that off eventually. Anyway, put the controller away. You got a debut to get to. And then finally, I have a whole bunch of fun little expressions. I can be angry. Or I can be shy woo. I could be afraid. I could be happy. Delated boy. I love the fact that the little emotes around the head are animated as well. Look at that. How freaking cool is that? That's so cool. I could be disgusted. Yeah. Yeah. Feet. I could be surprised. Or I could be sad. Oh, poor Helmsman. That's enough of that. Okay. More uwu. Uwu. Yeah. Oh man. There you go. I'm giving you your full dose of uwu tonight. I think that actually that covers the model chat. That's all the toggles. That's all the expressions. That's all of the bells and whistles. So I think that with the model showcase over, I could show you another piece of gorgeous animated artwork that my artist did while I prep for my registrar. I will explain in a minute. Just wasn't that some of the most beautiful artwork you have ever seen? I hate the fact that that's my BRB scene, so it's like gonna be the least viewed scene, beside it being like one of the probably the most beautiful scene I actually have. I might honestly change around what artwork I use for what because of how just absolutely beautiful that piece was. Yeah, that's actually what I'm like working on OBS scenes and stuff like that. That music is actually what I'm kind of typically playing for my music tracks. Yeah. Anyway, when I will tell you right now that that I am coming to you from the totally real, not fake city in the sky called Windhaven. That is where I exist, chat. That is what I call home. That's what I call home. And upon arriving here, after getting out of the military, I had to fill out this registrar. They made me sign the contract and everything. You can see it up there. You can see my signature. It's up there. I mean, you can kind of see it. I promise you, it's there. I can even read you the. I don't know. Do you want to hear the contract? I'm gonna read it anyway. This registrar, as completed by me, Wandering Helmsman, on this, the 19th day of the month of February, in the year 2024, is confirmed to be accurate to the best knowledge of WH. Any falsities, misrepresentations, or abnormalities shall be brought to the magistrate of the Port of Windhaven, the Honorable Perry J. McIntyre II, for judgment and potential pursuit of justice. Please refer to Zephyr Navy Charter 26, Section 8, for a listing of potential fines, imprisonment terms, and/or banishments as applicable according to the authority. By signing below, WH, me, acknowledges and agrees to these terms and the intention of proceeding into the territory of Windhaven with lawful and honorable intentions. Yeah. I know I'm a pirate, chat, but I really don't want to stir up trouble if I don't need to. So there really isn't a reason for me to lie about this. And no, I'm not doxing myself. If you look up Wandering Helmsman Windhaven, have fun with that. But yeah, and so we're just gonna go through this registrar because it was they asked for a lot of information, and I'm going to share that information with you right now. So, my name, obviously, Wandering Helmsman. Look at that handsome boy. Look at that handsome sepia-toned picture of me. Yeah. I am a red fox. I am American. I was born on the 27th of January in 1983. I am 6'4". I am a very tall boy. Very tall boy. Only a few inches away from being legally a giant. And I am if you could do math, I know VTubers are notoriously unable to do math, but that makes me 41 years old, chat. I think maybe this whole project that I'm starting. Actually, I'm not starting. Actually, this isn't actually the begin. This isn't actually a true debut, chat. Believe it or not, if you look on my channel, you'll notice that there are 90 video posts, 87 of which are live streams, because outside of a couple of week-long vacations, I have actually technically been live streaming for about 3 to 4 days a week since August. I haven't advertised or anything because, well, I didn't want to, because the whole point of streaming up till this date was basically to get good at live streaming, really. And I know that the scuff at the beginning of the stream would indicate that that was all for naught, but it really wasn't. I had a 6-month-long pre-debut, and there's at least a couple of you I know that have actually come into the chat during those. I call them stealth streams because I just don't advertise them, and I wasn't really looking for viewers. The whole point, again, was to basically just figure out how long do I like to live stream for. How many days a week am I comfortable streaming? What time of the day do I like to stream? What days do I like to stream? What kind of content do I like to stream? What kind of content do I need to get better at making entertaining? There's that old adage, at some point you just have to stop thinking about it and do it. You know? This was always the goal. Today was always the goal. But I wasn't there 6 months ago. But I wanted to just start doing it. And it's really good advice because you find a lot about yourself. You answer a lot of questions that you wouldn't have asked yourself otherwise by just hitting go live, you know? I've even actually done some collabs in the past with Rosa in the chat and everything before today. So it's not really a debut. It's more of a model and branding debut, I guess. But it is what it is. But yeah, I am 41 years old. I have been around the block, chat. And I'm definitely a geezer by typical VTuber standards, except for all of the silly demons from hell that are all 6,000-year-old, anime girls. Mark of the De late view. Anyway, okay, moving on. Moving on. Likes and dislikes, chat. Likes and dislikes. RPGs and JRPGs. Those are probably the most common kind of games that I play. I honestly in my free time when I'm not streaming, I play tons. There's very few genres of games that I don't play. But the kind of content I'll be streaming, we'll get to this in a few slides or no, a few pages. Sorry, I broke character. Damn it. In a few pages, RPGs and JRPGs is one of the things I'm going to be focusing on. Lord of the Rings is another like. Not Rings of Power. Rings of Power is blasphemy, and it deserves to burn in the fires of Mordor, as far as I'm concerned. But the Lord of the Rings, I feel, is like the perfect movie trilogy. You're never gonna get better than the Lord of the Rings. It's one of those. It's a trilogy where, like, whenever you ask somebody what their favorite one is, there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer, and it's almost pretty much split well, not down the middle, into like almost perfect thirds about like how many people like the first one the best, second one the best, or the third one the best. And we can say, like, what's the worst one? There's like no answer to that because none of them are bad. It's not like, like Star Wars, where almost everybody agrees that Return of the Jedi is the weakest, or Back to the Future. People say the first one is really good, and the second two are like meh. It's not like that. It's just a perfect trilogy. They're all amazing. I watch it every year around Christmas time. It's like a tradition of mine. So, anyway, 80s Japanese city pop. Now, this genre of music made a resurgence in the last, I want to say, like, couple years. But man, there's no music that puts me in a better mood. Well, except maybe like those Riot music tracks, like that are like their season music tracks that they do. Those things are fire. I'll admit, those things are absolute fire. But in terms of like normal music, nothing puts me in a better there's nothing I can rely on more to put me in at least a better mood than Japanese city pop. Henri and Miki Matsubara are just absolutely amazing Japanese pop singers from the 80s, and I can listen to them all day, every day. They're absolutely amazing. I don't know why I included this Sound of Rain on a Metal Roof. I think it's because this was actually happening while I was making these slides, and I kind of realized, like, I heard that sound before, and I absolutely love it. So why not add it? Steak and potatoes. I was thinking, like, man, what is my favorite food? I was like, a favorite food would have to be something that, like, I can always be down to eat, or the thing that I'm down to eat the most often. Because at first I was like, oh yeah, pizza, right? But I'm just like, man, not really, because I'm only in the mood for pizza like maybe once a month. And it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but I'm not always in the mood for it. Whereas like steak and potatoes, I can eat, if that was like the one meal I could eat for the rest of my life, I'd be good with that. I'd be completely fine with that. So that was the food I went with. That was my logic for getting there. Practicing Japanese. This is actually a kind of a new one. I actually, this year, only a few weeks ago actually, I hired a tutor, a native speaker, a Japanese speaking tutor to teach me Japanese. I've been, doing the basic bitch Duolingo stuff for like a year up to this point, but like it really only gets you so far, and I kind of realized it's like, man, why do I have a feeling that I am developing bad habits? Because these apps are like they're not conversational. It's just like pure like grammar and vocabulary. So I was like, man, maybe I think I should hire a tutor to nip, bad habit development in the bud. So I did, and I've been having a ton of fun with it. tutor is really fun, and just makes it very approachable, and I love practicing Japanese. And then finally, snakes and birds. I was like, well, what's favorite animal? I feel like I'm like filling out some like elementary school form at this point. I don't know. I just find, and when I say snakes, I really just mean reptiles in general. I think like all reptiles, or just most. I'll say most. There's got to be a few that I'm not a fan of, but reptiles in general, I think, are really cute and cool, and I like them. And I think birds are cool, like corvids. Like they're crazy smart. Like I saw those videos recently where like a raven was like presented a tall, thin vial with some water in it, and it couldn't reach the water with its beak because the vial was too narrow, and it actually figured out that if it put sticks and rocks into the vial, it would displace the water and move the water level up to the point where it could reach it with its beak and drink it. It's like, what? Like, that's kind of scary smart that a bird could figure out water displacement. I just think that kind of stuff is really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to dislikes. But this was the easiest one to put on the list: earwigs and bedbugs, because those are two pests that I've had to deal with in my time as a homeowner, or at least earwigs as a homeowner, bedbugs as an apartment renter. And the bedbugs are spawned straight out of hell. They serve no purpose than to be evil. That's the only purpose they serve. There's no other reason for them to be on this planet except to be annoying, blood-sucking assholes. And I mean that literally. There's no reason for them to exist. In fact, I had an infestation of bedbugs in my apartment, and it was an old apartment complex with a shitty landlord, and they tried to get rid of the infestation, and they just couldn't. And I couldn't afford anything else because I was broke as hell going to school. And I ended up sleeping in my car every night for almost 2 years because of that infestation. I was rendered like partially homeless. My apartment was basically a place where I did my work, which basically makes it an office and storage area. That's what my apartment was. And I slept in my car. I was basically rendered for like a soft homelessness by these fuckers for almost 2 years. So I despise bedbugs with a burning passion. Earwigs are like one rung of the ladder above that, only because at least earwigs, like, they eat silverfish, and anybody from California knows what a silverfish is. They are also pests, but earwigs eat them. So it's like, okay, that's one thing that earwigs do that's useful. At least they get rid of another pest. Bedbugs don't even do that. But anyway, congrats on debut. Thank you, Wakane. Good to see you. But yeah, another one. The next one, mumble rap. That was another easy one to add to the list. I don't typically listen to rap music, but I absolutely appreciate. I appreciate the art and the talent it takes to actually do it well. I really do. Like, I understand it's actually really hard to do well. Like, I've listened to Rosa, like, do recordings and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, that takes skill. Mumble rap doesn't take skill. The fact that you're mumbling means that you can jumble your words and nobody fucking knows. It's lazy, it's shit, and it needs to go away. Sauerkraut and onions. Sauerkraut purely because of the flavor, and it stinks, and it's gross, and the texture is awful, and yeah, just fuck right out of here with that. Onions, it's more of an irrational one, and I'm pretty sure I suffered from childhood trauma from onions, because I had a grandfather, R.I.P., who, when I was a kid, I would visit my grandparents, and then my grandpa, he would grab an onion and hold it like an apple, and then proceed to eat it like an apple. What the fuck, Grandpa? What the fuck? Who eats onions like an apple? Ew! You gross bastard! And I'm pretty sure that traumatized me against onions for the rest of my life. Oh man. You eat onions like that, Rosa, because you eat like a homeless person. I will defend you. Rosa, in how you eat Spam, though. Spam ain't bad. It's not bad. It's basically like a brick of bologna, and bologna's awesome. Waking up late is another one I added here, and I think this is a more recent one. I think as a part of getting old, you kind of start valuing your time more. And I realized that, like, if I wake up past like 8 o'clock, I feel like I've wasted half the day doing nothing. And I really feel bad about myself every time I wake up too late. I hate it. It's really demotivating to me. And like, if I wake up late and I have things to do, I typically don't end up doing them because I feel like, well, I've already wasted most of the day. I might as well just veg out and play video games the rest of the day. We'll try again tomorrow. And the last one, I mean, communist, right? I mean, that's self-explanatory, I figure. I don't think I need to really go into that one because it's kind of a given, you know? I'll just leave it at that. I know that some people have been referring to me as the based furry. Yeah, I will. I think I'll do a good job of holding up that moniker. Hobbies. So we're getting closer to what the actual streaming content is going to be. Gaming, obviously. Like, what VTuber? Well, I guess there are some VTubers that don't do gaming, but they're pretty rare, honestly. Even if they're not really gamers, they still will like play games and stuff like that. Another one. We're getting into more unique stuff now. Build kits. So like book nooks, just kind of model kits, Lego. You can see a couple of examples in these pictures here. So the bottom one is a book nook that I built actually on stream. If you go back through my stream archives, you can watch me build this entire book nook. I filmed the whole thing with a hand cam, and it came out pretty dang cool. I have to say, I want to build another one. Once I get the scene and the hand cam set up again, I want to do like Saturday, like hobby streams essentially. And the top one there is like a Lego Pagoda city. That was like 10,000 pieces. I built that on stream as well, and it's like 1/3 of a whole city. I will eventually finish that city, and then I will conquer it. DIY. So I think I mentioned before that I am a homeowner, and I've been a homeowner for a pretty good amount of time now, actually. And any homeowner worth their salt knows how to do at least 3 basic things, which are plumbing, electrical, and drywall. I think every good homeowner should have a very basic knowledge of those 3 things. You'll be able to solve 80% of your problems by having a clue about those 3 things yourself. And I like doing it. I mean, I started, doing a little tiny drywall patch, and only a couple years ago, I rebuilt an entire room. I rebuilt all 4 walls, painted, cut and stained the trim, redid the light fixtures and the switches and plugs, everything. Painting. I redid the whole damn room myself. All new drywall panels and framing, and the fact that I was able to go from just fixing a little drywall patch to rebuilding a whole room is really satisfying, and I really like doing DIY stuff. Self-defense. I am a 3rd degree black belt in Kali, which is a Filipino martial art. I'm actually able to teach it, and I have taught it to a few people. My instructor gave me his blessing, and to fill in for him when necessary, and I have in fact done so. So I am actually to a point where I can teach self-defense, but I really do I really do like that. Writing, despite the fact that I haven't written in a while, I do enjoy writing. This is I won't get into any more detail on stream, but writing is what I do for a living, actually. And yeah, I do like writing fiction and stuff like that, and I kind of want to use this creative endeavor that is live streaming, VTubing, all this kind of stuff, to kind of rekindle that passion. Like I said, like Saturday streams are going to be like hobby dedicated streams. I want to somehow do something related to writing at some point and rekindle that passion. And then the final one, I'm being redundant here, practicing Japanese. I don't need to explain that one. I don't know why I added it here. Probably because I'm excited about it, because it's a new thing that I've started doing. But I'm not going to get into it anymore. Streaming. What to expect on this channel? So I thought about this quite a bit, and I kind of thought of 4 categories: gaming, hand cam, karaoke, and presentations. Presentations is going to be the most interesting category, so I'll save that for last. So gaming, pretty straightforward. RPGs and JRPGs. I'm currently doing playthroughs of Yakuza, Cyberpunk, and the Arkham games, which I guess falls into that action-adventure category down there. I've also been playing a ton of JRPGs, and holy crap, is this year like big on Eastern developed JRPGs and stuff like that. Holy crap, like it is an overload of fantastic JRPGs this year. Like I said, action-adventure, Uncharted, Arkham, those kinds of games. And then open world and survival. So that's going to be like the niche, more these kind of adventure, exploration, RPG kind of vibe. That's going to be the niche of the channel. Anything outside of that are going to probably be just like little goofy one-off streams that aren't really on brand. But these are going to be the bread and butter of the gaming content. And I think that's actually a pretty huge net to cast. So there's going to be a lot of different gaming going on over here. Hand cam. Hobby kit builds, obviously. So that'd be like the thing you saw before with the Book Nook, things like that. I also have like a mechanical wooden dragon that I built that I'll show off at some point. I have other kits similar to that I want to build on stream. Lego is the obvious one. That's a pretty easy default. And I actually don't build too much Lego. I actually build what are called nano blocks, which are the exact same thing as Lego, but they're like a third of the size. So they're like mini Legos, hence nano block. See you, Mr. Mackey. Thank you for coming by. And then just other creative nonsense, like the writing stuff or whatever, anything else I come up with, essentially, that could justify showing off my beautiful handyman hands. Karaoke question mark? I don't know. I honestly, I want to do karaoke, but I'm not ready yet. I'm just not ready yet. But that's okay. I wanna work up to it. I have a kind of a stereotypically like nasally nerdy kind of voice, and I've accepted that. That's okay. But I kind of want to do like sea shanty sing-alongs. I think that'd be really fun. It'd be on brand for me. But it'd be really fun to like get somebody else, or maybe like 2 or 3 or even 4 people, and just do like sea shanty sing-alongs. I think that'd be like a lot of fun. Rat Pack stuff. So like this is like Sinatra and Dean Martin, Sammy Davis. Honestly, I realized when I wrote that a lot of what like Gargura karaoke's is this kind of is actually she karaoke's like a lot of Sinatra and like Rat Pack kind of stuff. And I actually think that my voice can work well with that kind of music, that kind of old-timey kind of music. But it's super catchy. Like the girl from Ipanema is so catchy. It's such a good song. It's not super hard to sing, and I think that my voice can work with it. And then, of course, I don't care what the quality is, but if I'm gonna do karaoke, I'm gonna cover my favorite genre of music, which is that Japanese 80s city pop. Like, I have to do that, you know? Which dovetails into the Japanese stuff. Pretty well, you know? The OG Portuguese girl from... Yes, exactly. It has to be the Portuguese OG. Absolutely. And then the English version is good, really good too. Kind of like what is it? Is it Sway? Is that what it's called? I can't remember. There's some songs that actually have really good like English versions as well. But anyway, presentations. This is the most interesting one. One of the things that I want to do is I want to create like fun, engaging, like little educational tidbits where we just kind of pick like a really interesting era or a person or a certain event or like famous speeches. I want to like do like recreations of famous speeches, like monologues. That'd be a lot of fun to do and release those as videos. But I want to have like little fun little like history streams where we just kind of, because I swear to God, like history in school was like, I hated learning history in school because it was boring. It was just reading a textbook. It was like the most boring way to do it, and I didn't get to learn it on my own terms. The moment I got out of school and like went back to like learning about history on my own terms and in my own ways, it became super fun, like 180. I love it. So I kind of want to do like just engaging, you know, fun history streams that are just like fun to learn about things, you know? That's going to take a lot of work though, so those aren't going to happen like all the time. But yeah, and honestly, the first one I want to do, I want to do like a comprehensive summary of the golden age of pirates. And once that gets done, I want to dovetail that directly into a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's like the first one on the list. I really want to do that. Anyway, so that's what to expect right now here on the channel. That's a lot, but like I said, 80% of it is going to be the gaming stuff. The remaining 20% is going to be a smattering of the other things. I mean, it'll be like 80% gaming, like 15% hand cam, and then 5% karaoke and presentations. So that's kind of the no skull and I have words. I have words about Skull and Bones, chat. Not for this stream, but soon. Soon. All right. Let me get to my handles real quick. You're here on the Wandering Helmsman YouTube channel. I'm focusing on YouTube now. I do think that karaoke and hand cam streams are probably going to be Twitch focused because they're much more lenient with the copyright nonsense over there, and OBS apparently I think has like a music removal system in it now, so that the VODs I can put the VODs on YouTube after the music is stripped, just for preservation purposes. But that way I can kind of listen to music during the hand cam streams, or obviously for karaoke's sake. So once I get the Twitch figured out, that's when those other things will happen. Drop the ING. You got Wander Helmsman. That's my handle over on X or Twitter, whatever the hell it's called. I don't care. My art tag. My first idea was Helm Smart. It was pretty easy. I didn't really like it though, and there was a couple of people using it for whatever reason. I don't know. So I just, kept it simple. Helmsman Art. And that hashtag is empty. That is free for the taking. And I'm a pirate. I am a pirate. So I took it. It is mine now. Fan name. I have no idea what the fan name is yet. I figure once the Discord server is ready, we can figure out fan names, and we can also name the ship. Yeah, it will not be Boda McBoatface. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, that's the idea, is to do a poll. The idea is that just crowdsource a bunch of different names and suggestions, and then I will take like the ones I like the most, like the four or five that I like the most, and I'll just put it to a vote and let you all decide what you want to be. That's the idea, and it'll probably be the same for the ship. It'll be the same for the ship, and that will, because the ship is going to be like integrated into the Discord, the ship name. So once the Discord is figured out, which I should have ready within the next couple weeks. But yeah, that's what's happening there. Wandering Helms fans. That's too long. That's too long. I mean, that's like Mice of Bellicqua long. Calling you out. That's a deep lore. That's some deep community lore. Those who know will know. The mob was genius. It was. I mean, the fact that I could just, everybody that was in that community still knows the name like immediately. It's at the top of their head. That's good. That's good naming right there. Like I knew it right off the top of my head just now. Just bam. Anyway, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later, chat. We'll figure that out later. And then finally, credits. Obviously, I have to do credits because, my God, I'm sure that you can all agree that I put together not just a fantastic model, but some absolutely gorgeous artwork and some really great music. So the model and art, like I said, one person did the whole thing, and that's eWolfe over on Twitter. Highly recommend. She does human models too. In fact, chat, I guess I'll kind of tease it now, but there is a human version of the Fox Boy in the pipeline. Yeah. There's a human version in the works. The model is actually almost done. It's almost ready for rigging. Actually, I think that actually it'll probably start rigging next month, which means that the human model will be ready in probably early summer, somewhere around there. It's not far off. It's not far off actually. And I trust Wolfe. She's super professional. She communicates well, and she even does streams. She streams over on Twitch, so look out for that. And she'll stream actually her working on the models that she's got in the commission pipeline, so you can see kind of behind the scenes of the process. And she streams and she does hybrid streaming with English and Spanish. Yeah. Very, very cool. Music. I got my music done by Kagamori Eru. And he actually did all of the tracks, except for that beautiful violin track that you saw in the Be Right Back screen. That violin track, believe it or not, that's a free copyright track I pulled off of Pixabay. But the rest of it was done by my boy here, Kagamori Eru, and again, I just gave him a few snippets, and he just blew it out of the park. And he's actually right now he's working on a separate track to kind of complement the music. So you've noticed that all the music so far has been really upbeat, energetic, fanfare. I had him create a complimentary track that's really calm, like in a tavern, hanging out, chilling, much cozier kind of track. Um, and that's going to complement the stream very well, I think. Um, so look forward to that. And then finally, this beautiful animated artwork that you've seen. It's like animated watercolor. I don't know how to describe it, except just gorgeous. That's the only word I can use to describe it. And we had so much fun, like designing the ship together and coming up with ideas for like the floating city and the inside here. Speaking of inside here, actually, you know what? I'll hang on first. I'll hang that on. But the artist is she goes by Kate, and I found her on Fiverr, of all places, and I will definitely be working with her again in the future for like special holiday themed art or something like that, you know. Like, and she was like, she really wants to work with me again, and we had a really good rapport, and just couldn't be happier with the art she produced for me. Okay, I think next is special thanks. But before I get there, if you look over there, on the other side, there's a trio of items in the treasure box over there, little Easter eggs, you could say, and those who know what those are. Those are a tribute to a trio of VTubers that I will get to in a second here, that I really owe sending me down this path. I never would have gotten to this point. I never would have ever even hit the go live button with just the little strung out fox avatar I've been using up until now, if it wasn't for those three. The OGs. I cornily refer to them as the Trinity, because they're like, what they were is they were my gateway. They were my first exposure to VTubing, into the whole VTubing world, and I am so thankful that they brought me into this world. Sound like I'm giving birth to me. Let's phrase that a little bit differently. But I really do consider those three to be inspirations, and I couldn't thank them enough for what they've done. And let's just go ahead and get into that now. Let's get into this final slide here. Inspirations and special thanks. So the first three are the three that I just talked about. The wonderful, talented, and steadfast gamer, Rosa Codal. I had to list her first because Rosa has become a friend. Even if parasocial, it's still a friend, you know? And she actually helped me out quite a bit in figuring out a lot of the streaming stuff. She was actually the very first one that saw the model, actually. And she was always there to help me out, like how to set up OBS and all the technical stuff in the background. She really came in clutch and helped me figure a lot of that stuff out. Because if you remember, I'm 41, chat. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I had to rely on the knowledge of Zoomers to help me out with this, and Rosa was there for me, and I couldn't thank her enough for helping me out with all this. You're the parasocial one. We're all parasocial here, Rosa. Every last one of us. But that doesn't make us any less friends. I don't. I've revealed things to people online that I haven't revealed to IRL friends, you know? Like, friendships come in all different manners and depths. And just because a friendship is perishable, that doesn't, I don't think, diminish it. The gentle songstress and beacon of positivity, Cass Foxana, which would be the stick, the twig, and that's if you know, you know. Yeah, she next at the awesome ball of organized chaos area Elulu, which is the hat. Again, if you know, you know, you know, you know. I don't need to spell it out for you, chat. But yeah, that right there is the OG, my OG Trinity of Oshis right there. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Monk, yes, monk, 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 monk. Um, and then the adorable and hardworking Karimara. I discovered her later on, and thought that she was really fun. And the more I watch her streams, the more I realize just how much of an absolute workhorse Carrie is, um, and how much she does herself, and how she just dives into stuff and figures stuff out, and just really tries to stay fresh and innovative with what she's doing with her streams. I think she deserves a much bigger following than she has. But no matter the case, I really find her as an inspiration. She's just such a hard worker, and I respect the hell out of Karimara. The giggly, easygoing conversationalist Boomy Mamana. I freaking love Boomy. This isn't just a list of inspirations. This is kind of a list of Oshis, to be honest. But Boomy Mamana, she is just so, she's so good at bringing in a positive vibe, and God, she is so good at just talking. Just talking with people and conversing, and talking about ideas and people and things happening, and she's just so good at it. And I hope that one day I can get as good as her when it comes to that skill. She's so good. And then finally, last but certainly not least, the upbeat and passionate muscle mommy Rika Thorne, who's in the chat right now, actually. Rika, it's another one that I didn't discover Rika until later, until I started getting involved with the whole collective community, which I think pretty much everybody in the chat is a part of that community, which is fine. But yeah, I've really come to really respect and be inspired by Rika, and like the fact that she just keeps going, and she's very passionate, and yeah, I just find Rika as a wonderful person. That I put her on the list of inspirations because it's just true. It's just the way it happened. So thank you all. You're worth more than you can imagine to me and so many others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry. That's enough of that. Oh man. But I think, I believe that's the end of my show. That's about the end. This has been a long one. I think I need to get out of here. I actually do need to get out of here because I actually have one of those Japanese tutoring lessons in half an hour. So I gotta do the prep for that. But what I wanted, but yeah, I really appreciate every last one of you for being here, and especially the ones that are on the list in front of me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I don't really have anything. I don't really know how to end this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, take care, chat. The watch is yours.